Alright, so let's continue working on this HTML script here. I think this is going to be a good time to go ahead and let's just go ahead and talk about all of the different headings. So right here we use the H1, which is heading 1. We use that tag. So let's go ahead and just walk through all the other different heading tags. So they're pretty simple. Pretty much you have the same thing, left bracket, H2, right bracket, and this is my second heading. Make sure you close it out. So /H2. H3. This is my third heading. H4. This is my fourth heading. And we got H5. This is my, oh boy, fifth heading. And then one more H6. This is my last heading. Now you can reuse heading tags. So I could very easily just go, hey, I want another, header 1. This is another header 1. So you can do that. The characteristics of them is it's supposed to naturally break down a page that has a lot of content. So heading 1s are the main points, the main headings, and then you break down each heading as you go underneath each one of those. So you could have another H1 heading underneath this to state that this first section was some main content, and now here's another main section. So it's kind of used for that. Another important thing about header tags is they're also used by search engines to help with search engine ranking and indexing and stuff like that. So a search engine will look, hey, what's the heading 1? And that's kind of like the most important thing about the page. So keep that in mind too. More important things about your page should be heading 1 and heading 2, where subtopics and less important things should be lower headings. So we can do that and add some more paragraphs underneath each heading. More paragraph information here. Close out the tag, and we'll go ahead and copy and paste. Get rid of that one. Save it. And then we'll go ahead and open up our index file and preview it. So you can see how the headings get progressively smaller and smaller. So those are the heading tags. Now, another important thing is obviously hyperlink. I want to link to some other page on my website, or I want to link to somebody else's website. So we're going to go ahead, let's go ahead and give us some space here to work. So inside this paragraph, and you could put this after the paragraph if you wanted it on its own line, but just for this we're going to put it right in this paragraph. And let's say we want to turn the link text. We want that to be a hyperlink actually to a different page. So we're going to go ahead and add the attribute tag. And then a space, and then href. So hyperlink reference, I believe that's what it stands for. Hyperlink reference? Is that what it stands for? What does href stand for? Hypertext reference. I was pretty close. Yep, so it's an attribute, and the attribute is hypertext reference equals. So you do equals, and then in quotes, that's what the hyperlink is going to be. So for the sake of this example, let's just link to Google. You do want to put the full path, so you want http://www.google.com, end quote. and then end the tag, or end the first command there. Then you want to go after the word text. So this is what we want to link. We want the word text to take us to Google. So after text, you're going to do another bracket /A. So I'm ending the attribute. Now you'll notice here we didn't have to end, we didn't have to do end a href equals. We only had to do that first part, and that's all we had to do. Is the first part we were using the attribute. This was the description of that attribute. And so when we end it, all we have to end is just the first part, because this is just additional information that's being attached to that. So now if we save this again, go ahead and open up our screen. So now we see the word text is underlined and hyperlinked. And if we click on it, we should get taken to Google's homepage. All right. So let's go ahead and do one more thing on here. Let's say we want to add a picture. I think that's another common thing. You're going to want to have pictures on your website. And so there's a tag called image, so img, and then what? So that's the tag, similar to how a is attribute is a tag, but using it just by itself isn't really doing much, and so we have to add some additional information to this tag. So we got image, and then we want to have src, which is screen, so image on the screen equals quotes, and then whatever we want our image to be. So test image. Actually, let's just do test. Test dot. We'll say it's going to be a JPEG image, so we'll have JPG. So you do need to know the file extensions of the images. Another quote. So we want image on the screen, src, equals test.jpg. Now, technically that'll work by itself, but let's go ahead and finish out this tag. It's best practice to add an alternate. So alt equals quote, and this is going to be some text. So if for some reason your image doesn't work, the alternate, let's say image did not, or hold on, could not find image, sorry. So that's the alternate. So if it can't find that image to put on the screen, then it's going to alternate to this backup text. You can also give the dimensions of the image. So let's say you have, a huge picture, and obviously you don't want taking up the entire screen. You only want to take up a little bit of space. So you can go in here and you can type in width equals quote, and let's say 100 pixels quote, and you can put in height too if you want, but for this we're going to just say width. So we don't want it to be, we want the width to be 100 pixels. So let's go ahead and click save and open up our Internet Explorer file up here, and you're going to notice nothing's there, and that's because there is no test.jpg image for it to get. So we need to go ahead and make a image for it. So let's just go into Paint, and let's make it test image. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Save. We want to save it to the same place, so it's going to save it to our desktop, and we need to save it as test. File type needs to be JPEG. Save. So now we have our test image saved right next to our file. So we open our file up, and there we have test image. Now, if we went back here, let's say, because if you look at it here, it's like, I can't really see it, didn't turn out too good. So let's go to the width. Let's actually make it 250 pixels. Go back, save it, open our index file. So now you can see it's 250 pixels wide. Now let's say you didn't want, you didn't care about the width, you just wanted it to be whatever size the image is, show it. So you can take out width, save, open the file, now the image will just show however big the image is how big it will show on the web page. But in general, you're going to want to apply some limitations, so we'll go ahead and put 200 pixels in there so that we have, it doesn't take up the whole screen. So there you go, that's some more basics. Now we have the heading tags all determined. We got paragraphs, we got images, we have hyperlinks. So we're just getting started. Right now the site looks ugly, so there's a lot more to do, but we're just taking little steps here. So thank you for watching, and continue to watch new videos as I post them. If you're interested in this series on HTML, please subscribe, because I'm going to be trying to post these videos as soon as I can get them done, and that way you can tag along with our progress. So thank you again for watching.